Hey, so welcome. Tell us who you are and where you come from.
My name's Steve, and I'm from Oakland.
Oh, cool.
Steve Miller.
Steve Miller,
I
welcome.
guess to start over. My name's Steve Miller. Okay, erase.
No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it running. Just keep
Okay.
going.
Well, we'll
Just
edit
start
that
over.
part out.
Yeah.
Internet friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
here we go.
So tell us who you are again. See if you can say.
All right. Well,
Big breath.
What's
Big breath.
first question? What's your name?
I'm. I can't. I have to take a break
Okay.
from. Can we stop it so you
No,
can
just
just
keep
like?
going. Keep going.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So he'll just
honestly.
delete all this. So,
Honestly,
so
because
none of
otherwise
this will be on it.
it's
It'll
not a
be
big
separate.
deal. Yeah. So,
Let's just start over like nothing happened.
what's your name?
My name's Steve Miller.
Where you come from?
I'm from Oakland, California.
And tell us about how you came to the energy medicine class. What were you looking for?
Well, I started with the ecstatic massage course and massage ritual. And as a massage therapist, I wanted to add that and learn more about the body electric type of realm of massage. And then I stumbled across the Reiki courses that were offered, and I'd always been interested in energy medicine and signed up for that as well.
Uh-huh. And what was it like being in the class?
Well, it was a little. I was a little nervous at first, but everybody was really coming from a heart space. Everybody was, just. I was relaxed fairly quickly with the atmosphere of the class was very inclusive and heartfelt, and there were a lot of healers in the class already, people who seem to have their own healing path already begun. So that was really nice to plug in with those people and to get to know them.
Mm-hmm. And tell me about the takeaway from this class. What has changed in your life, or what has been your takeaway from having completed this?
Well, it's been a real transformation for me spiritually. I'd have to say that's probably the biggest takeaway for me is I really do feel like I grew up spiritually. I matured spiritually, and that might not be saying much for me, but I'm just trying to keep it modest. But
Yes.
That would be probably the biggest thing that I appreciate from this work. And the second is that Reiki has done for me, and being in this class and the exercises we've done has healed me emotionally. I was coming from a very numb, traumatized space, and Reiki really enabled me to come out of the numbness and go through a grief process that I needed to go through. And it also helped me laugh more freely, so both sides of the emotional spectrum, and to feel my emotions. Whereas before it was all bottled up and numb and put up on a shelf.
Excellent. Well, I was going to ask if you would be willing to tell what happened when you had what happened with some of your couple of first clients, without mentioning who they were, of course, or their names. But you mentioned you got some quite amazing results with your first Reiki clients. Tell us a little more about that.
Sure. Well, my very first client was my cat, and it was very interesting to see. She after 4 years of living with her, she didn't accept me. I was an intruder, and she loved my boyfriend. She was my boyfriend's cat, and she loved him, and I was not accepted very fully. And her attitude towards me completely changed when I did Reiki on her, and my partner saw it, and it was a real confirmation for me, a safe confirmation, because it was much safer for me to work with an animal first with Reiki, and her attitude towards me changed, and she became very loving towards me, and so.
You mentioned you worked on another client and the blood pressure went down quite.
Yes, I worked on my mother, and I won't say her name.
Okay.
But yeah, she. I first started working with her during her kidney transplant, and in the hospital, and she would describe Reiki as waves of comfort, and it was just a beautiful thing for me to be able to do something to help her, and actually something quite profound. So and the more recently, just last week actually, her blood pressure was pretty elevated, and we actually first we did a relaxation technique. I could tell that she was very kind of unsettled that her blood pressure was going up so high, because she just had some stuff done to try to fix that, and it wasn't working, obviously. So we did a relaxation technique.
You learned this in the class.
And
right?
I learned this in the class. It was a hypnotic induction technique, relaxation, and I introduced after I got her permission, and I introduced a suggestion. It is getting easier and easier for my blood pressure to lower. And at the end of the 5-minute exercise, her blood pressure dropped about 20 points. And and then we did a Reiki session after that, and it dropped another 10. So with the two combined, we dropped the blood pressure about 30 points, which was pretty nice.
Amazing.
It got her into a more relaxed state of mind to, not only the technique, but just to have the blood pressure down again was nice.
Good. These are amazing stories, and we feel just so blessed that you have this and offering this in service to the world. Last question is, who would you recommend this class to? What kind of man would best benefit, do you think?
Well, I can't really think of anyone that couldn't benefit from it. Maybe there are, but I think it would most help someone who's already actively trying to find alternative modalities for healing. And in my journey, this has been the most profound. It's been the most the deepest spiritual experience in my healing journey. Not of my life, perhaps, but certainly in my healing journey, it has been the most profound spiritual experience.
Oh, great. We're very happy to hear that and have you among us. Well, thank you very much, Steve, for your comments. We certainly wish you all the best on your healing journey.
Well, thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.